Hey, it's the Lunatic from the woods here, out here in the middle of the trees, having a good time, soaking up that sun, freezing cold, windy day, out here in nature, just like God intended here. So what I'm going to talk about is semen retention, and just like seeing through that illusionary thing, you know. So what I really mean by that is, like when you see like a beautiful woman, you're conditioned with all this like nonsense, all this over sexualized nonsense. So when you start retaining and you start getting away from that, that conditioning starts to go down. So what happens is you're not so much like building up a fantasy, because that's what you're doing. When you see a woman, you're building up a fantasy in your head about what she's supposed to act like. She doesn't know what your distorted fantasy is, so she's never going to live up to that. She's another person. So what starts to happen is like you're not going to just like stare at body parts. Like, when you're not on semen retention and you're doing disgusting things to yourself and your body and with the lust and everything like that, you're turning into like a creep. Like, you have like a creep vibe. Like, you're not looking in the girl's eyes. Like, you're looking at body parts. So like when you get on that and you start to disconnect that, all that conditioning and everything starts to fade away into the background, and you start, imagine this, man, you start looking at a woman like she's another person. Imagine that. She just becomes another person. So I mean, and you can enjoy that more. Like, it'll give you more enjoyment. You could sit there and you can have like a nice conversation with the woman, and you could just soak in that female energy. If you're a man, vice versa. If you're a woman, you could just, if you have a big problem with that, and you're a woman, too, it goes the same way. You're just seeing through that illusion. The fantasizing fades into the background, because that really wasn't even there to begin with. That came from all the stuff that you're being conditioned with and everything. That's why I bring up society a lot and stuff like that. Everything's just like so over sexualized. You're so overstimulated. So that's what gives you like anxiety. Your brain is just being flooded with all these messages all the time. Like, we're not designed like that. We're not supposed to be like that. That's why like anxiety too is just like, it's running rampant. It's crazy. Like, everybody has anxiety. Why does everybody have anxiety now? Like, does anyone really talk about that? I mean, that's why. There's too much stimulation. So yeah, I mean, I would just try to cut some of that down. I mean, you'll be a lot happier. Again, it works like a paradox. A lot of people don't see through the paradox. If you get on this journey, it might take a little while for all the conditioning to kind of fade into the background and everything. But, some crazy wind coming. But yeah, it might take a little while to fade into the background, but it eventually will. It's not gonna stay there forever, and that's, I talk about that a lot too. That the world works like a paradox. The less you try to satisfy yourself, and you're not pleasure seeking anymore, paradoxically, the happier you become. So you become calmer, you become peaceful, you become more stable. Your emotions kind of calm down and everything. You have less anxiety. So yeah, just you really got to be careful. I mean, because society and everything is just, they're preaching the opposite thing of what I'm saying. It's like the opposite thing, like they say, is true. You know, for whatever. You know, like people just. I mean, I don't know why I listen to like other guys and everything, and you know, it kind of turns into like this men against women, and you got to manipulate women and everything. But the thing is, like, if you're on this practice, like, you're for a long time, and that's your main thing, like you're trying to get over on some woman or manipulate her or whatever, you're not even gonna want to do that after a while. You're not gonna care. You're gonna be happier. You're gonna be more content. So yeah, I mean, maybe that is a good thing for guys just to start it and just to see how peaceful and everything you could become, and how much more happier and more full of energy and everything. You start to step into your true self. Your anxiety levels go down and everything. Paradoxically, because a lot of people, I'm sure that's what they say in mainstream society, that, you know, it just it makes it worse. It makes your anxiety levels worse, and it probably will at first. But then when you get used to it, you start to, because it's like, you have to realize, like, it's a transformative process. You're so conditioned and everything to think a certain way. You're going to have to break through that. It's a tough process. It really is. But once you do it, you're chilling, man. You're in a better place. You're closer to God. Yeah, I hope you guys like that one. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Lunatic from the woods. Out here in the middle of the... It just got really windy. It's going to blow away soon. But, yeah, smash that like button. Hit that, you know, do the comments. I love the comments. You know, I even like the bad ones. If you guys have a problem with what I'm saying or something, please, please share me those comments. I love to hear them. You guys have a blessed day. Yeah, check out my shop. You know, I put posts up and stuff. There's cool t-shirts and mugs and stuff that you could get. I post journals and stuff on there if you guys want to get into that. I'll leave a link in the comments for a semen retention journal. I feel like it could help. You know, it could kind of push your mind in a different direction. There's little motivational quotes in there, just to kind of keep you going, just to get your mind off that if you think, you know, you want to do dirty things, or, you know. You guys have a blessed day, and that's all I have.